morning. My name is Sarah Holditch, and I was given the question, how are the limitations of students' rights in illustration of the First Amendment in U.S. public schools? My claim is, the law has limited certain areas of rights, like free speech, for students to ensure the schools maintain a positive learning environment. Before we can really go into what rights are limited, we have to know what the rights are. So what is the First Amendment? The First Amendment allows freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the right to peacefully assemble, the right to petition the government, and the freedom of the press. In one court case, Tinker versus Des Moines, this was a huge landmark for court cases regarding the First Amendment in schools. The court had decided in the end that with this court case, nothing the students did was in violation of the school. They were not distracting the school, they were not disrupting the learning environment, so they came up with a solution. School officials may restrict students from participating in speech and expression that materially and substantially disrupts the educational process. Another big landmark court case was Hazelwood versus Coulommiers. And in this court case, students were saying stuff about divorce and their school newspaper, and the teachers didn't want this in the newspaper. They thought that this might hurt some kids emotionally, or it's not a good topic or a safe topic in their opinion. So they went to the court for this as well, and the court decided when students participate in school-sponsored or curriculum-related activities, school officials may exert the most control over students' speech and expression and limit such expression when based on legitimate teaching concerns. Two other court cases that were huge landmarks were school officials, Frazier was the Frazier case, and they said that schools were allowed to limit expression of speech that was lewd, uncivil, and vulgar. And then the Morse case was about the Bong for Jesus case, and they said that school officials may restrict speech if they refer to illegal drug use. So my solution to our problem of our rights in schools is let students know the rules that the school has placed, but also let them voice their opinion. There's a huge age gap between what teachers may think is appropriate and what students think is appropriate. And not everything the students may want should be allowed, but it's good to hear what they think about the subjects. And to conclude, schools should have influences over decisions affecting students to maintain a learning environment that is safe and appropriate for student body as a whole. What are your questions?
Sorry. I do have two questions for you. What evidence did you gather that you didn't use, and then why'd you choose not to use it?
I gathered evidence regarding what was limited in schools, specifically about religion and stuff. I didn't go on religion because I didn't have a lot of court cases that could contradict each other or complement each other like I could with free speech. So I didn't use the religion aspect of the First Amendment.
Okay, and next question. What advice would you have for others who consider this topic?
Research the main bodies of the question. So before you even start talking about what is limited in schools, you need to know what for the First Amendment, if you are talking about limiting the First Amendment, know what the First Amendment is first. Look into it, look on why it was created in the first place so you know the base of what the First Amendment is on. So start from the base.
All right, thank you. You're done.